What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. I'm having a great day now because I'm finally out of work. Today was just a shitty day at work. This is why I feel like we shouldn't be opening businesses back up so soon. We shouldn't be opening the economy back up so soon. Because already today I had to kick a customer out of my store because they wanted to be ignorant and come in without a mask. And I told them, I'm like, bruh, you gotta wear a mask. If you don't wear a mask, I'm not gonna help you. I'm not gonna service you. You gotta leave this. You gotta leave. You gotta leave. He talking about, oh, this ain't no government. Oh, this is not a government law. This is not the governor didn't make this law. I'm like, bro, yes, the governor did. We have signs up that says you cannot enter without a mask. So I happily got his ass up out of the store. See, this is the ignorance I was trying to avoid. Like, just, ugh. I just couldn't wait to get the hell out of work after that. I was like, because it's just ignorant. Like, just totally ignorant. Damn. Just because you want to sit there and be sick, don't try to make everybody else sick. Go about your business. You could tell he got the coronavirus. Like, you could tell. Because you walking around with no gloves, you walking around with no face mask, you just don't give a damn. So I could tell I don't want you around me or in my personal space. So anyway, moving on, getting into this episode of GH. So this is the final episode of GH for a while. I'm not gonna say final, but this is the last episode that they recorded for a while. It was pretty good. It was decent. It was a decent little episode. I was into it a little bit, you know. I liked it. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I liked it. Certain areas was kind of annoying, but I liked it. Um, Olivia. So Olivia is calling a psychic, trying to help her, you know, I guess get answers about Dante when he may be coming home. Brooklyn overheard the conversation and assumed that Olivia was cheating on her father. Brooklyn, mind your business. First of all, this is what happens when you eavesdrop on a conversation and you catch the tail end of a conversation. That's why you should mind your business. I keep trying to tell people, you got to mind the business that pays you. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting here eavesdropping on a conversation that you shouldn't even been listening to, and look what you heard. Like, you eavesdrop on a conversation, and that's what you get. So Olivia basically had to tell her, like, I'm trying to find a psychic. And she broke it down and just basically explained she was trying to figure out something about Dante, because that's the only comfort that she has right now. So Ned comes in and he starts talking about ELQ stock. So he was on the phone with his people or whatever, trying to figure out who is poaching Dylan. Somebody's trying to buy Dylan's ELQ stock. He's got quite a few offers for those shares, and Ned is trying to figure out who. I mean, Ned, you're very behind right now. So now he's telling his people, well, you need to find out if the other family members find out about their shares. I'm like, Ned, you are sadly behind. Like, you should have been got on the ball about this a long time ago, bruh. Those shares are gone, bruh. Them shares are gone. You might want to get on the ball and figure out who got them. So anyway, what else? So Brooklyn, of course, when she heard that somebody was buying up ELQ stock, that's when she kind of got that old shit face, because remember, she gave Link her shares to get out of her contract. So now she need to meet up with Link. So yeah. So that's what they need to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, who's trying to buy up all these shares? So of course Brooklyn gets with Link or whatever, trying to find out who he got those shares for. And Link, basically being Link, was like, oh, I'm not telling you, mind your business, is none of your business. So Valentin pops up and sees them together and, you know, basically tells Link to, you know, go about your business, and he sits down with Brooklyn. Brooklyn was stupid to give Link those shares. Like, I understand you were desperate to get out of your contract, and I understand at the time she was angry with her father, but you were just dumb. Like, I feel like when the Quartermaines hopefully, you know, get those shares back, I hope Ned, Michael, whoever, I hope they keep those shares and do not give those stocks back to whoever sold them. Like, if Sky sold her and Lila Ray shares and Maya sold her shares, I would not give them those stocks back. I would not. because clearly y'all don't give a damn about the legacy of the Quartermaines. Clearly you don't give a damn about Edward, because anybody who knows Edward know ELQ was that man's pride and joy. That was like another child to that man, his favorite child of all. You know what I mean? So for y'all to just give out those shares or sell them or whatever, that just shows you don't give a damn. So I wouldn't give them shares back once I got them back. I would keep them. You're not getting nothing. You're not going to benefit from these shares because I don't want to have to worry about. See, now I see why Tracy would not have given out shares or nothing like that if she were to get control of ELQ. I wouldn't have blamed her. I wouldn't have blamed her because at the end of the day, they cannot be trusted to have those shares because you just selling them all willy nilly to whoever. Bunch of dummies. Um, so, Ned was trying to talk to Olivia about that psychic business. I agree with Ned. You definitely shouldn't be trusting no psychic and stuff because they'll just tell you anything that you want to hear just to get your money. So, Robert had came over or whatever because him and Laura was talking about Holly, and he was waiting for the WSB report to come back because he has a gut feeling that Holly is definitely still alive. And Laura basically told him, she was like, I'm not even going to talk you out of it because her son came back. So when she thought he was dead, so anything's possible. So he was looking for Luke's number or whatever to get in touch with Luke. And she was like, your best bet is getting in touch with Tracy. So, of course, that brought him to the Quartermaine mansion to try and get in contact with Tracy to get to Luke. So, Ned, of course, went off to go call Tracy, and he got in touch with Tracy or whatever, and Tracy gave him Luke's burner phone number for his burner phone to give to Robert, that he was expecting his phone call. So, while they were doing that, Robert and Olivia was talking and stuff like that, and, Olivia is just at her wit's end because she feels like she needs her son to come back home now. You know what I mean? Because she feels like he's being erased out of Rocco's life. In my opinion, that's not true. We all know Rocco knows who his dad is and stuff like that, but his father's not available for him. So, it's like, what is he supposed to do? They got all these father-son things coming up. Hell, Father's Day is coming up. You know what I mean? And it's like he didn't want to feel left out of the father-son activity, so he had to bring somebody. That doesn't mean he's erasing Dante out of his life or that's what Lulu's trying to do because that's not true. Olivia just needs to get a grip. Like, I understand she wants her son back. I can, sympathize with that, but you need to, calm down a little bit. Like, you really need to relax. And Robert basically was telling Olivia not to give up hope on Dante. One day he will come back. Just got to keep the faith. So Ned walked in and saw Robert and Olivia holding hands. I always had a feeling the writers were going to end up going there with them. You know what I mean? Like having some like little affair or something, or maybe have Ned be a little insecure about it or whatever. Because Ned was definitely insecure. Like when he saw them holding hands and stuff like that. He was definitely insecure. There ain't no question about it. Ned noticed that Olivia definitely seemed to feel a lot better after her discussion with Robert. I can't wait to see this. If they going into a love triangle kind of thing or an affair, I want to see how this gonna play out. Hopefully they hurry up this COVID mess and get production started because I want to see this. This might be interesting. And you want to know what's funny? Because they're doing a similar type of thing with Wally Kurth's character in Days of Our Lives with Justin. Like he's in a relationship with Kayla and she still got feelings for Steve and Steve still love her. So it's kind of like a little love triangle brewing. So it would be funny to see Ned going through the same thing just on a different show. Like that's hilarious. I would be here for it, honestly. I kind of would, give Olivia and Ned some more screen time and get them something more to do. I'm here for it. I'm all down for it. I'm here hoping for it. So anyway, Laura was on the phone leaving a message and stuff for Anna because she want to talk to her about Robert, because she worried about him, especially with everything going on with Holly. And then she was on the phone with somebody about how the lawsuit is coming along with Nell, because, Nell is still suing the hospital, so, Laura's trying to keep tabs on that. And then she bumped into Valentin or whatever, asking him was he going to the portrait party, Ava's little portrait reveal. And he was like, hell no, he threw that invitation right in the garbage. I wouldn't be surprised if Valentin changed his mind and showed up, though. I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, because you know Valentin, he loved to go somewhere and start some drama. So I wouldn't be surprised if his old messy ass showed up at the party just to be messy, because you know that's Valentin's stock and trade. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, everybody over there at Deception or whatever at the photo shoot, Sasha's still looking a little high, little. Still looking like she been blowing back bleezies and stuff. You still look a little high. I'm here for this storyline though. Sasha getting high. I'm here. I love it. I love it. I love they going at this route. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that they not being no cookie cutter. And they even showed the cocaine in the vial too. I love it. Like you even showed the powder in the vial. I like that. Cause you know sometimes people are a little taboo about showing stuff like that, especially in daytime. You know what I mean? Like they probably like, nah, we could say she had drugs or she took the drugs, but we don't want to show the drug. No, they showed it. Oh, they showed it in the vial. I said, you doing coke? Oh, and that's like one of the oldest drugs too. Um. So anyway, she's still high. So Valentin and Peter are looking over, you know, the photo shoot. You know, they looking over the photos and stuff that Sasha took, you know, pumping up Deception, talking about how Deception, I guess, is going to be the sponsor for the nurses' ball. And Maxie and all them are talking about it because Maxie did not like the fact that Valentin was there because she had to remind Valentin, aren't you a silent partner? Like, yeah, he's a silent partner, but he's also the man pumping a lot of money into that damn company. So you might want to be a little bit more nicer to him since he is the one who writes the checks. I'm just saying. You don't want them checks to stop coming, so you might want to be a little bit more nice. Might want to kiss a little corporate booty sometime. You know what I mean? Especially to the ones writing the checks. Because you're going to need one of them checks very soon, so you might want to dial back. So anyway, Maxie felt a little lightheaded. Peter was talking about, oh, she should go to a doctor, and she talking about no, you know, just stress from work. Please tell me Maxie is not the one who's pregnant. Please tell me she is not pregnant with the demon spawn that is known as Peter August. Please. I hope not. I hope this is just a red herring because I would hate to see her pregnant and be saddled with him forever. Like, that would just be dreadful. It would be dreadful. Totally dreadful. So, anyway, that little lady that little chick at the photo shoot ended up giving Sasha more drugs. She must be a drug pusher. Because how you just got all these drugs on your person like that? You must be a drug dealer. You must be a dope dealer. Out here giving out dope. And you giving that shit out for free. I think that's what she doing on purpose, though. She's trying to get her high on purpose. So that way, Sasha would be her better paying customers. Because you know the first 2 bags or 2 vials are free. But then the third one, you got to pay for it. I think that's exactly what this old hoe doing. Because ain't no way you walking around with that much drugs on your person in one day. Ain't just no way. You a drug dealer. You definitely a drug dealer. I feel bad for Sasha though. In a way, I feel bad for her to turn to drugs. But it's kind of stupid at the same time. Like you really turned to drugs all because you and Michael broke up for Wiley. Mind you, it was your stupid ass idea to do it. So why are you so stressed out and becoming a druggie over that? Like, I'm sorry, but I mean, is that really enough stress to make somebody turn to drugs, or because you broke up with somebody that made you turn to drugs? Like, I'm in awe of that. I'm very curious about that. Like, that's what made you turn to drugs, to narcotics. You must be a very weak-minded person if that's all it took for you to become a dope head. I'm just saying. Because it'll tell you, shit, I don't give a damn what I go through in life. You ain't never going to see me sniffing no coke, doing no heroin, doing no nothing. I don't give a damn what I go through in life. It's just shit. I would never become a dope head. I would never become an alcoholic. I don't give a damn what I go through. That's just a negative for me. You ain't gonna see me out here being no dope fiend, sitting on no corner, buying a bag or whatever, that coke and all that. Nope, no ma'am. Won't see me doing it. Not in this lifetime, not in the next lifetime. Not in your lifetime. So anyway, back to the custody hearing. So it's now Nell's turn to get on the witness stand. And of course Martin is asking her all these questions about, oh, how did it feel to find out that the child you thought was dead was still alive. She talking about, oh, she was ecstatic, and just putting on this whole show for the courtroom. Carly and them was just sitting there shaking their head, rolling their eyes. Then he started asking her about her marriage to Julian and how much she loved him and blah blah blah. Sam was up in the courtroom and stuff. Just a lot of foolishness coming out of her mouth. Listen, Nell was shoveling so much shit to that court, to that judge. She was just peddling that bullshit. I was like, I know that judge is not sitting there buying this nonsense. I know you're not sitting here buying this foolishness. So now it's time for Diane to cross-examine Nell. She asking Nell, talking about something, oh, so now you love Julian all of this morning? I freaking love Diane because Diane was just saying what everybody was thinking. Like, now all of a sudden you love Julian. You just married him. You just married him this morning. Now all of a sudden y'all in love. Please. Um, she was just sitting up there putting up a show. So of course Diane was asking her about her little criminal history recently, about showing up to Willow's apartment and attacking her and stuff like that. And of course Martin objected to that, talking about, oh, that's inflammatory and whatever. I mean, granted, those assault charges were dropped against her, but that was without prejudice, meaning that the charges against her for assault on Willow could always be refiled if they come up with more evidence, I guess. Those charges could be refiled. So of course it was Julian's turn to get on the witness stand, and Martin asked him all these questions, talking about, oh, did you marry Nell to create a loving, stable home for Wiley? All these sugar coated ass questions. Um, Talking about something, you helped care for Wiley when your son went into a coma. Julian basically was trying to give a lot of yes no answers. Um, Talking about something, oh, you're a changed man. Talking about, what do you do for a living? I own Charlie's Pub. Talking about some, are you a reformed man? Julian was like, yeah, I'm reformed. Martin sitting there talking about, yeah, we commend that. Basically just trying to show Julian in the most positive light as he possibly could, until Diane cross-examined him. And when it was Diane's turn, she was asking him, was he ever arrested on drug trafficking and RICO charges, bringing up all his criminal history. She asked him about his relationship with Alexis when they were married, asked him about, did he hold a knife up to her throat and try to kill her. He admitted to it. Was he in prison? How long have he been out? But he said he basically put all that blame on Olivia, his sister. He was like, that was all her. She blackmailed me. She threatened me to do it. She made me do those things. So that was pretty much his excuse for it. I mean, it's not shocking. I mean, Martin should have seen that coming. You should have known Diane was gonna ask him all those questions. I mean, hell, ain't that why he had that whole conversation with Diane and all them and trying to bait them yesterday? Because he knew what they were gonna ask. So, you can't really prepare for it. The only way to prepare for something like that is to just tell your client not to react to it. Like, just keep your answers simple and to the point. Answer to the best of your, the best of your ability, I guess. So anyway, Julian goes, they take a little break or whatever. Julian goes out there to talk to Sam. And of course, Sam is her usual bitchy self, slapping them all up across his face. I'm not surprised Sam slapped the cream cheese out of him. I'm not even shocked. Um, so she basically told him that she talked to Lucas about his marriage to Nell, and Lucas basically told her to tell Julian that Julian is dead to him. He's basically writing him off. And Sam saying there, she said something to the effect, I think, that if Nell gets custody, then Julian is dead to her. First of all, Sam, Julian has been dead to you. You don't even talk to that man. You give him nothing but attitude every time you see him. Nothing but attitude. You don't allow him around your kids. So basically he's been dead to you, so that's nothing new. Um then she tried to bring up Leo, talking about, oh, when Leo wants to cut you off or whatever, her and Lucas are going to support it. You know how Sam do. I mean, I understand why Sam is upset at Julian. I get it. But it's like, if you don't want nothing to do with the man, Just tell him, I mean, I guess she could tell him to stay away. 'Cause I'm pretty sure she done that plenty of times. But as a parent, it's kind of hard for you to just take heed to that, I guess, and stay away, I suppose. So Jax and Nina show up to the courthouse because before Jax was trying to see what Nina was gonna do. Because I guess Nina was conflicted about testifying. Like she was wondering, do I testify? Do I not testify? Because her and Jax were pretty much going over the pros and cons. Because Jax was letting her know. He was like, well, if you testify on behalf of Nell, then you're going to be responsible for that boy, being raised wrong, I guess, just being in a crazy house. But the way Nina saw it was that if she didn't testify on behalf of Nell, then she felt Nell was going to lose custody and she was going to lose her child. But I'm like, at the end of the day, what Nina needs to understand is this custody case is not, not to say the custody case, but Nina's testimony is not going to make or break this case. You know what I mean? Like there's other testimony that has been heard that's going to factor into the judge's decision. It's not just whatever Nina says that's going to be the main factor. It's going to be everything else that happened prior to Nina getting there. Hers is just going to be a small little piece to that. But when her and Jack showed up to the courthouse or whatever, into the courtroom, Carly had that what the hell look. And when Jack sat with Carly was wondering, like, from Jax, what the hell is Nina gonna say on that witness stand? Jax was like, I don't know. He was like, I can't tell you what she gonna say because I don't know what she gonna say. So when she took the stand and, got sworn in, everybody was sitting there nervous about what the hell are you about to say. Honestly, I don't think Nina can say anything precise because it's like she don't even know Nell like that. And the bits and pieces that she do know about Nell are not good. So I don't even know how she could sit on that stand and try to say something good about this girl. Like, especially when you've seen firsthand what type of person she is. I mean, even when Nina was with Valentin, Nell tried to blackmail him and, like, why would you even stick up for that person? Like, for what? And I forgot to mention this, but I also want to point out that it was kind of cool that, Valentin was being a little nice to Sasha or whatever. But I think Valentin, to me, it seemed like he knew or he sensed that not Nell, Sasha and Michael's breakup wasn't totally black and white. I think he got an idea that the breakup was staged. I think he knew. Something told me that he knew. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of got that vibe from him. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what y'all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Whenever they decide to pick up production, I'm gonna try and do more Days of Our Lives reviews. I'm gonna try, but work has been kicking my ass lately, so I'll try and factor it in at some point. But I'll see you all later. Hit the comment section, and I'll see you all later. Peace. Have a good night.